and I tried to get an image of Ice Spice. Like, I wanted the little art robot to make me a picture of Ice Spice dressed as a member of the clan. Uh, there was no issue with the clan part, but for whatever reason, Crayon, Stable Diffusion, all of these little art robots, they treat Ice Spice like she's the fucking Prophet Muhammad. You cannot generate an image of Ice Spice. Cardi B, you can do fine. Watch my wonderful video, Cardi B and the Anthrax Cake. They can generate Cardi B, no fucking issue. Nigel Farage, who I'd argue a less known figure, no issue generating Sir Nigel, Sir Speaks a Lot himself. Ice Spice, though, you must not depict the prophet Ice Spice. No, you know what I mean? I thought it would be a brilliant bit of satire, of, hashtag social commentary content. Oh, she's dressed as the clan. That'll get me some clicks. That'll get me some rage views. Couldn't fucking do it. Couldn't fucking do it. So that video's probably gotten about 14 views. I'm outraged. I am disgusted, frankly. I mean, where do they get off? Not letting me have a... Oh, no, honestly. I'd call it oppression, but I've been speaking about that quite a bit recently, so I'll give it a break. So that's an update on the Ice Spice video. I thought I'd do little, behind the scenes, behind the mask moments. I'm just upset, really. I wanted Mr. Beast with lots of little poor Ethiopian children at his feet with him dressed as Jesus. Couldn't fucking have that either. Technology is not advancing to the speed of my brain. The bandwidth of my creativity and the capabilities of these little machines, there is a vast canyon between those two things. And it just breaks my heart. So if anyone can generate me an image of Ice Spice dressed like a clans member, slay, 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 I will be very appreciative. There's no money in it. Morals will be taken off the table, but I will be grateful. And I'd like to thank all of the budding enthusiasts out there. We are on the road to 20 subscribers. People thought it couldn't be done. For so long, people doubted that we could make it to 20. Well, we're one away. So thank you so much for just seeing the truth, seeing through the bullshit and appreciating someone who tells you how it is, innit? And I'm sorry you had to hear it from me. But for the recently concussed, mass emailing our wonderful sponsors over at Foom, you should know it is futile. They're not going to drop me. I promise you that. I've got connections. They are not going to drop me. So keep emailing them. Go on. I dare you. I dare you. Email Foom, those lovely e-vapists, which aren't vapists. Those convicted vapists. Keep emailing them. You have to drop Earth Apologist. He's problematic. Keep trying. They're not going to drop me. Believe me. Foom, or Thumb, if you'd prefer, are keeping me on the payroll, believe me, because I've got dirt on that company, and it would be so terrible if that dirt came out, because they've seen firsthand what I did to Subway. Their stocks are in the toilet now, ever since I spoke out about Jared Fogle, and how he's basically the fool guy, how he was a sacrificial lamb, the sacrificial sub. But, I would like to thank our sponsors over at Farm, the wonderful, flavourous, breathable air company. It's not a vape. It is the smoking alternative you've been waiting for. It's your bad habit without the bad. Slap a trademark on that, boy. But do comment below the sort of content you you would like from me. I've been receiving a lot of hashtag engagement, which is very good. If this video annoys you in some regard, do let me know. Do absolutely let me know. Write lengthy paragraphs in multiple reply chains. Start an argument in the comment section below. Anything for engagement. Alright, I am a sloppy whore for engagement. Today's video is sponsored by Foom. Not all habits are bad habits. What if you took the bad bits out of the habit and made it good? That is what Fum is here to do. They've got a cute little umlaut, so you know they're trustworthy. It's not a vape. This is not a vape. Alright? For legal reasons and the fact they're paying me. This is not a vape. This isn't snake oil. This is just lovely, vaporous, breathable air. And you've got lots of different flavours. There's blueberry mint, there's chocolate chip, raspberry ripple. I mean, you name it, it's probably fucking there. Go to the website. Which website? Figure it out. And enter my code, Earth Apologist. All caps, no spaces. That is Earth Apologist. Some caps, all spaces. And enter the code Earth Apologist on the website and you could be a lucky winner of 5 to 10% off. That is 5 to 10% off. And if you do it again, you might get 20% off. This is Foom. It's liquid, lovely, delicious air. It's like a vape. It's basically a vape. I'm not allowed to legally say it's a vape, but, you know, do the maths, figure it out. This is vape. Now listen, I can see why the Italians are as revered and venerated for their food, right? One word, fun to say, tiramisu. It sounds like a delicious sneeze. That I get. I totally get spaghetti bolognese, spag bowl, as it's known in Anglo-Saxon English, I think you'll find. I get that. What I don't fucking get is the French. The veneration for the French. Now, the French as a people, as a culture, we've been over this. It's a waste of time. But they're known for a few things, primarily. Adultery, surrender, and doing kinky shit with bread. I'm sorry you had to hear it from me. Alright, I'm sorry if that offends you, but that's the truth, and we do the truth here. All 5 or 6 of you real, full fat enthusiasts, you understand that by now. The French are known for doing kinky shit with bread and eating things you can find in the back garden. Now, if this was any other country, if this was Bolivia, if this was Botswana, if that's a real place still, God knows. If this was Algeria, that one sounds right. That one sounds poor and or African. If it was any other country on earth, there would be a humanitarian inquiry into what's going on. Is there a genocide? Why are they eating snails? Why are they eating snails? And to eat snails and to act like it's fucking sophisticated. To act like it's so highbrow. Good heavens. Yeah, I ate a slug when I was 7. I didn't think I was fucking Marco Pierre White, alright? So let's get that out of the way. First of all, they are overrated when it comes to food. And listen, you can find British cuisine, you know, bland to your overspiced, overtasted fucking palates. I can live with that. All I have to say, try German food. Try German food and then come back to me. But no. I get how, you know, the recently concussed, for the recently concussed in the audience, I understand how to your over-sensified taste buds, it can seem that way. But you're wrong, all right? You're wrong, and I forgive you. 2 words, not as fun to say as tiramisu, but still valid. Tiki masala, yeah? Let's put that one to bed. Tiki masala. Actually, I've changed my mind. It is quite fun to say. Tiki masala. We like that here. We like that. And furthermore, 2 words, not fun to say, shepherd's pie. All right? There's even an apostrophe S in this one. So I don't want to hear any more nonsense, slander, frankly. Slander against my people or my cuisine. Now, please let me get back to my slandering of the French. If you stand by the cliffs of Dover on a particularly windy day, you will smell the rancid scent of cheap perfume and adultery. Extramarital affairs. You will smell it wafting across the channel. That's the main propellant that gets all of these people on the dinghies here. Honestly, it's just the smell of adultery. But honestly, no, they're not a serious people. Any culture on earth that idolises a 2'17" man, who, I mean, Napoleon's backstory was more or less, oh, I've got a tummy ache and I want to rule the world. I've got a tummy ache. Care somebody. Honestly, touching himself under that jacket. They make statues of that fucker. I'd sooner see statues of Adolf Hitler, frankly. No, honestly, at least he wasn't 2'45" or whatever. It's a fucking joke. These people are a joke. They're not serious culture. And in their darkest hour, when they needed a hero, who came to their rescue? Was it dear old Uncle Sam? Was it America to rescue them? Because bear in mind, for the historically illiterate, they were fucking owed one. Was it America? Did America roll in? You know how they love a war. No, of course not. They stayed out of this war until it affected them directly, as per fucking usual. Who went over there? Who went over there and saved France from, the goose-stepping stylists? The people with the funky haircuts. Who saved them? It was us, their arch enemy. We had to go over there and sort them out. We had to play big brother, stop picking on our little brother. We kept France's lunch money. And how do they repay us? How do they repay us? If I had it my way, honestly, our big toe and their lips would never be fucking parted. They'd be deep throating our fucking foot, honestly. It's a disgrace what has been allowed to happen. So they've been mugging us off, they've been ripping us off, that's fine. They would get, still, if the option was there, they would get into bed quicker with America than anyone else on earth. Lord knows why, because America doesn't give a fuck about the French. The French are the reason America exists, for crying out loud. But, we forgave them, and look where it fucking got us. And this gets me back to my titular point. We are too good for our own good. Yeah, that could be a slogan. Maybe I should stand. Maybe I should stand in this upcoming election. We're too good for our own good and it's ripping us off. France is ripping us off. Other places, I imagine, are ripping us off. It's an absolute disgrace and someone has to do something about it. Alright? Simply put, someone has to do something about it. Because I'm not having these funky smelling, onion wielding adulterers in any way above us, because they're not. All right, on a map, sure, they're a little bit higher up, but it depends how you angle the map, frankly. On my map, we're fucking above them. All right, God bless yourself, honestly. There are silly people. Their culture is not to be taken seriously. Their cinema has never been wank-worthy. It's never, ever been hot. And, I go to the cinema to masturbate. I've never masturbated in the cinema to a French film. It's all moody and glum. No, Russian cinema, now that is a handful. 2 handfuls. Two small handfuls. Let's not over-egg the pudding. But, this is going to get like 7 views. No one's going to care about this because no one cares about the French. People are still watching the Illuminati video though. People love that one. They're loving it. They're lapping it up, getting all of the slot round their chin. It's exhausting, honestly. So I've still got a steady viewership. It's all on one video, but it's a steady viewership. This is an important talk, I think. This is a talk we need to have about the French and how they shouldn't be taken seriously. They're not a serious people. The Japanese, now they're a serious people. They're a people I can respect because they don't fuck around. And they also never surrendered, yeah? They had to drop 2 fucking atom bombs before they got surrender from those boys. I respect that. They fought to the bitter end. Not as the bitter end as us, because obviously we never surrender. We don't do that. We never do that. But, fine. But, it's July 4th almost. Only just realised that. We've got an election coming up. America does a thing on that day. Forget why. But yes, on that day, let's show thanks to the French. Or actually, let's not show thanks to the French, because they're the ones who started this mess. This whole libertarian project called America. Honestly, it's not too late. We can go back to an empire. We can bring back the empire because Lord knows we fucking need it right now. No, honestly, stripy shirt, surround sound, full fat perverts, the lot of them. Mimey fucking wank battlers. They hate tourists, yet they have no issue being blatantly fucking French in other people's countries. No, you know what I mean? It's a disgrace. Get on your fucking bike and get out of my sight. Honestly, the French. Ugh.
The Duke and Duchess of Common Convenience are always right where you left them.
Alright, geezers. We need to have a big grown-up talk. We need to have a conversation about something that's been on my mind an awful lot recently. And I just need to talk about it. We are talking about probably one of the most important things I've ever covered on this channel. So, if I'm not being flippant or cheeky or irreverent, as I so usually am, it's for good reason. We need to be sensitive about a topic like this because the topic is Ice Spice, and Ice Spice is cultural vulturism, ruthless fucking vulturism of my people and my people's colour, and I think it's disgusting. Frankly, you have to draw a line somewhere. And this is where I'm drawing the line. So, Ice Spice, no relation to the Spice Girls, believe me. Never let her forget that. Jerry Halliwell didn't fucking die for this. Ice Spice, with my little eye, a cultural appropriator. That's what we've got on our hands, folks. So, ladies, gentlemen, those that don't identify, what is my gripe with Ice Spice? And to get to that, we first have to address the historical implications of what this woman is doing. Because in the 1800s, obviously, there was blackface. And now, I can't believe it's come to this. We really have gone fucking backwards. We've got red hair. We've got a woman parading around like a singing fucking minstrel and no one stops her. No, instead it's empowering. This is brave. It's not fucking brave. It is cultural theft. That's what it is. Yeah? Gone are the days of white robes. Now we have the fucking slay, slay, slay. And I feel powerless. And I'm trying to come at this from a place of empathy because I understand, truly, I understand that as a black woman living in America, she can't comprehend what it's like the trials and tribulations we go through every day, just simply going outside and the sun's fucking hate criming us. It just hurts. It feels fucking invalidating. And I don't think I'm out of order here. Fair enough, I put my hands up. I have said some off-colour remarks. This is not one of them. I stand by this. And her ruthless commodification of my people's culture, of my people's colour, she will thankfully never face the sort of persecution I and people like me go through every single fucking day. She is enriching herself, engorging herself on the parading and the taxidermy. That's what it is. It's cultural taxidermy. It angers me. This all angers me. I am getting quite hot-headed over this. Clearly, ever fucking dentally, so is she. It's not long now. It's not long fucking now until out come the bed sheets. There come the ghosts with the torches. That is our colour. You have no right. No fucking right. I'm just a little bit upset about it, that this woman can make a million gajillion dollars off of our suffering, off of our lived experience, and it's just, you know what I mean? It's just a little bit outrageous. Yeah, I black up in Asda once, banned for life. Can't go back there. Can't go back there. They've got my face on the door. Thankfully, it was while I was still blacked up, so they have no idea who I am. Will the red community get an apology? Will we? Fuck. No, because we are the voiceless in a very, very loud society, and frankly, I think it's disgusting. I think it's absolutely appalling, and this woman should be ashamed of herself, alright? So, I'm sorry you had to hear it from me. I tried to let it go so many times, but something comes up on your feed and you've got to talk about it. I mean, even social media, for fuck's sake. Reddit. Really? Reddit? Oh, yeah. Brilliant. I've got a new streaming platform. It's called Black E. Honestly. How fucking dare you? And I'm fine with the fact you're subscribed to other channels. Hurts a little bit, but I can come to terms with the fact you're interested in other people. But we can make it work. Me and you, we can make it work. This is a bit of a shit playground, honestly. If there's not an OSHA violation, I'm not interested, so let's keep going. No dogs allowed in play area. That's not very progressive. What's the worst day of your life? Tell me. Comment below. The worst day of your life and why. Go into vivid detail. Try to not, bum everyone out. So if it is something rape adjacent, maybe sit this one out. But, I'm talking bad. Sort of light comedy bad. What was the worst thing that ever happened to you and why? We're going to break into the posh bit of the neighbourhood. Yeah, we're going to break into the posho area. They can't stop me. I've got ramblers right. Is this illegal? Can't be. It feels right. Yeah, get that on a gravestone. It can't be illegal. It feels right. Do not use that quote to justify heinous acts. Alright, that's a little disclaimer. As well as the whole, we're mates. That kind of parasocial thing. I'm also thinking of humanising myself in these videos a little bit. If you've ever seen the picture of Stalin with his daughter, or Adolf Hitler feeding baby deer, imagine that, right? That's what we're going for here. The terrible man has feelings. breaking news. Breaking news. You know, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll, you know, go on a campaign stop and kiss a bunch of babies' foreheads. Not in a weird way. Politicians just don't do that anymore, do they? They don't really kiss babies. No, politicians don't kiss babies anymore. They wait until they're in their pre-teens, then they fly them out to an island someplace. Have I done my rant yet? Have I done my rant on why we shouldn't pay politicians? No, I haven't? Alright. Won't bother then. If I haven't said it, I might as well never say it, innit? Anyway, it's been lovely speaking to you, but quite frankly, I'm bored of talking. So, there's only one thing left to say, and that is, as usual, I love you. God bless yourself. And I'm sorry you had to hear it from me. But what an adventure it's been. I've had a correct opinion on the Illuminati situation. I've had many correct opinions on the I'm Brad situation. I've even had some correct opinions more recently on the Codeco situation. So you should listen. You should listen to all of those opinions because they're quite good. And in my personal opinion, objective. Yeah? That's what we need more of, ladies, gentlemen, those that don't identify. That's what we need more of in this society that we do in fact live in. Objective opinions, yeah? Liberal owns right-winger with thoughts and feelings. I could persuade you to give me money. Could I? Yeah? Ooh. These are my Jedi mind tricks. You are thinking of giving me money. Stripy shirt, mimey little wank battlers. That's what they are. That's what the French are. Oh, oui, oui. Yes, yes. Oh, brilliant. Well done. Speak English. Before I start this video, I would just like to quickly put all worries and concerns you may have to rest. I was unharmed in the attempted assassination of former President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. I've received a lot of messages from concerned people. Earth apologist, are you alright? Oh my God, please don't tell me you were harmed. Earth apologist, where's my $4,000 you owe me? A lot of really concerned voices I've been hearing from these past few days, and I just want to quell any fears you may have. I am completely fine. I was unharmed in the attempted assassination. So I thought I would do another hashtag slop content video on a recent event. Don't worry. More episodes of Are You an Arsehole are coming. I'm working on it. But today we're going to be talking about the Codeco situation. Codeco is an individual I knew very little about until quite recently. I heard about him maybe in passing, and frankly his check his hard drive haircut should have been a fucking giveaway, but evidently not. So Codeco has been found guilty by trial by internet of being a little bit of a register evader. Alright, she was 17, he was 25. That's a bit bad, isn't it? That's a bit wrong. And my heart breaks for all parties involved, frankly, because imagine throwing your life away for Tana Mongo. You know what I mean? I mean, fucking hell, she's not even jailbait. You know, this Codeco fella, he was involved in, I believe, the Tiny Meat Defence League. Is that some sort of political movement? No fucking clue. And again, this is just like the Mr. Disrespect situation. I could have told you he was a register evader. I could have told you, look at the haircut. Check his hard drive. You didn't fucking listen to me. You know, and the Mr. Disrespect situation. The man's wearing Predator aviators with the little fucking nonce moustache. Really? Really? You're surprised he turned out to be a bit of a wrong'un? Give me a break. But what's going to happen with the Codeco individual? No clue. Frankly, don't care. We need to start organising these people into a tier list, right? We need a power ranking when it comes to paedophilia, hebephilia, general noncery, because you have these 2-bit petty criminal register evaders, and then you have the Jimmy Pages of the world. You know what I mean? You have the Ian Watkinses of the world. And I think we need a power ranking. And I think we should go after the really bad ones first and slowly work our way down. You know what I mean? But, again, he's another one of these fuckers who made an empire out of LARPing as an angel. And then it comes out the angel isn't so angelic. Surprise, sodding surprise. It happens to them all. It happened to Illuminati. It happened to that Colleen Bollinger or whatever. It happened, you know, Boogie, for fuck's sake. He used to be the internet's Mr. Rogers. Never forget that. That's how he started. He was like the good guy. The nice, sweet guy. Look at him now. LARPing as a fucking chemotherapy patient. Give me a fucking break. And no, just as a quick aside on the Boogie situation, the best thing that could ever fucking happen to that bloke is getting an armful of lymphoma. Because honestly, I've never seen someone so gagging to be the victim. Getting a terminal illness would be like winning the lottery to this geezer. And I could say something cruel and irreverent, like how he's so big his spine practically has a road map, or his left nipple as a town mayor, or whatever. I'm not going to do that. That's fat phobic, and we don't do fat phobia here. Alright, we do a lot of ists and phobias here, but fat phobia is where I draw the fucking line, alright? And I could wax lyrical about how it warmed my heart dearly to see the fat kid being picked on by the playground bullies because I'm an old school arsehole. I'm not going to do that. Alright, because after that assassination attempt, I've had some thoughts and, I'm changing direction, dear viewer. I'm changing direction. I understand I've hurt a lot of people. I've upset a lot of people with my irreverent tone, with my insensitive, tone-deaf, callous content, like this video, for instance. And in the last 5 minutes, I've really had an awakening that it's unacceptable. What gives me the right to go on the internet and say things without consideration for everyone on planet Earth? So we're going to change things. We're going to turn things around. And this is a new Earth apologist. All right, geezers. Fat phobia will not be tolerated on this channel. Codeco, little bit of a register evader, but again, there's bigger fish to fry. iDubbbz, what happened to him? Comment below. What happened to iDubbbz? Fuck me. But it's just unfortunate.
Jesus Christ. A Cinderella boy.
Money Machine Rishi out, Two Swords Starmer in. So that's the election results for you, to a shock and awe of absolutely no one and their dog. Reform, as I accurately predicted in the previous video. I said, remember, dear viewer, go back, rewatch it, because I'm sure you've seen it. I said, Reform may do better than expectations, they may not. So once again, I'm accurate, because they didn't. So I was right. I covered all bases. See, I don't make these lofty predictions, because then I look like a knobhead when they don't materialise. I play it safe. That was guaranteed to happen, and as it so often happens, I have been proven right. Reform did about as well as expected. Lib Dems, need I say more? And that's about it, really. So Labour are back in. Brilliant, great. Do you know what will change? Nothing. If they renationalise rail, that would be good. I'd like that. If they can manage to do that, well done. Brilliant. But no one's optimistic for this incoming government. And why would they be? You have a down the middle, milquetoast, sort of centrist type who the right view as some sort of crypto Maoist and the left view as a Nazi. Honestly, I saw a thumbnail earlier and I can't for the life of me find it because I'd steal that one too. It was deranged. One of these, it's got to be satire. You know what I mean? It has to be satire. It was a thumbnail with Little Rishi and Starmer, who, weirdly enough, he looks like a waxwork model of himself. You know what I mean? He really does look like a replica of himself, which is really quite paradoxical, very strange.
You know, and he speaks like this. And, well, actually...
And that annoys me. 5 years of that is going to get a little bit grating. Bring back Boris, honestly. Bring back Boris. Forget build back better. Bring back Boris. That's what I say. It was this thumbnail, and it had Rishi Sunak, Richard Smith as I call him. You know, if you're going to be leader of England, all I ask, at least have an English name. Richard Smith. We've already been over this, dear viewer. Yeah? Sajidish, Jajidish, Sajid, Sajidish, Jajish, Sajid, David Savid. We've already been over this. Very simple. If I can't say your name, I will anglify it, alright? That is just as much for your sake as it is mine. It saves everyone heartbreak. But it was the two leaders of the parties. I don't know if Sunak is going to stick around. I don't see how. I mean, he's hated by everyone. He really did. He listened to a bunch of Labour voters speak on why they despise the Tories. And he wrote them down in bullet points. And he made it his personality to be every single one of those bullet points. I mean, honestly, politically inept, unelected charlatan. And we've already been over it. American first, Indian second, British if you ask him nicely enough. And that's the facts. I'm sorry you had to hear it from me. Alright, you can call me a xenomorph, but those are the facts. But it was the thumbnail with... And when I say Indian American, that's not to be confused with American Indian. Very different things. Rishi Sunak, Waxwork, Mr. Waxwork, Mr. Bombastic. And above their heads, and if anyone can find this thumbnail, please give it to me, because it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Above Rishi, 99% Hitler. Above Keir Starmer, 95% Adolf Hitler. Now, you have to be pretty fucking entrenched. You've got to be one of the hardcore Maoists to see someone as bland and down the middle as Keir Starmer and think, fucking hell, Adolf's back. And it's... I didn't watch the video. I chuckled. I snickered at the thumbnail and I scrolled past it. But if they're serious, if they're sincere, they have to be one of the thickest people I've seen on this platform. And believe me, I've been in the comment sections. I have seen some fucking 10th wits in my fortnight of being here. But yes, Labour in, nothing will change. Maybe NHS waiting times get a little bit shorter. Maybe the lives of everyday working class families get a tiny bit better. But when they've been in the absolute shit for almost 15 years, that's not saying much, is it? You know what I mean? It's like going from cancer to AIDS, innit? I mean, yeah, sure, it's not cancer, but would you want AIDS? Do you want AIDS? No, no one wants AIDS. Don't give me AIDS. And we're talking AIDS in the 1980s. We're not talking like modern AIDS. You know, again, I lament the fall of AIDS. It used to be a perfect get out of work excuse. Sorry boss, can't come in, I've got AIDS. Now, no one gives a fuck. You say you've got AIDS, they expect you there by next Monday. It's a fucking disgrace, honestly. We need new diseases. We do. No, we need new diseases. A better AIDS for all of Britain. That should be their manifesto. That should be the platform they fucking run on. Better AIDS. And better civil servants too. Fuck me. We're stuck with them. We can't vote them out. We can't vote any of those fuckers out. Do you care? Do you care? Comment below. Do you care about the election results and why? Why do you care? I do like his name though. I'm a big fan of his name. Starmer. Yeah. Prime Minister Starmer. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan of that. Starmer. Yeah. Dear Leader Starmer, we are beholden to you. Hail Starmer. I like that. Yeah. Maybe he is 95% Hitler. I can see myself giving one of those fruity salutes to him as he goes by on the motorcade. I can definitely see that.
Thank you very much for putting your faith in me as your dictator.
At least he's not 5'5". At least he's not a 5'5" Indian man. Alright? I'm sorry if that makes me a Zimmer frame, but it's the facts. They're the facts. No one sees that man and thinks, fucking hell, he represents me. Even Hindus in this country don't see that man and think, yeah, British values. And listen, I love the Hindus. I get on wonderfully with the Hindus. The Hindus and the Portuguese I've always got on very well with. Terrific people, fantastic ethic, always do well on the front of assimilation. And that's what I like. You know, they come here to be British, not to be some sort of, you know, some sort of cottage industry in Blackburn or whatever. But nothing's going to change. Maybe immigration levels get a little bit lower, because frankly, if they can top the Tory high score, I would be impressed. At that point, I'd start listening to those absolute nut jobs talking about, you know, a cabal of lizard people in the basement of the White House. What is it? The replacement scheme? You know, these insidious Bill Gates types who, you know, feast on the blood of children and want to make everyone trans. Those fucking nutters. Yeah. I might start believing them at that point, because, come on, Keir. If you can do a worse job than the Tories, don't even bother. Don't even bother, mate. You could do nothing and it would be better. But are they going to fight for the working people? Are they going to fight for families and, you know, the humanity of the disabled, the safety of our women and children, you know, the prosperity of our country? Probably not, let's be honest. Probably not. But, you know, Farage is a Putin ventriloquist dummy. Sunak, we've already been over. Ed Davies, I mean, he's alright, isn't it? Who cares? I'd never vote the Lib Dems, honestly. You could hold me at gunpoint. I'm not voting for him. Ed Davies is alright though. Is that his name? Ed Davies? Ed Davis? No idea. Don't really pay attention to these things, but I talk with enough confidence, people start believing the shit I'm spewing. See, I'm the one honest shit peddler on this platform. Everyone else, they have spin, they've got all this other nonsense. Not me, alright? Not me. I tell it to you how it is. And sometimes that gets me in hot water. But I believe in the truth. And the 4 or 5 real full fat enthusiasts in the audience out there, they're with me on that one. But I've been saying that an awful lot, this one. Weird. I'm also standing still. Usually I sort of roam. I roam and record these. You know, I'm a big fan of the ambience, you know, the creaky floorboards, the bird song outside, whatever it may be. Because it's real. You know, everyone now, and it's a very American ideal. I know I've been going on about America a lot. It's because of July 4th. It's because of Traitors Day. But it's a very cynical American ideal that everything's got to be perfect. Everything's got to be squeaky clean, clinically clean. And that's not what life is. You know what I mean? Life is a little bit of blood and shit under your fingernails. That's what makes it real. There's no heart without heartbreak, alright? Get that on a fucking tombstone near you. But there it is. There's the catchphrase, rolling it out again. Nothing's going to change. Who did I vote for? No one. I voted for no one. I am the disenfranchised. Because they're all the bloody same. And the beautiful thing about that, much like my reform prediction of videos yonder, is I can't be wrong. If Labour fuck up, I get to be smug about it. If the Tories fuck up, I get to be smug about it. See, I'm very smart. It's a centrism of apathy. There you go. That's where I am on the political compass. But yes, to renationalising rail, I think that's a very good thing. I mean, try getting a train up north. It's not happening for you. It's been an absolute fucking disaster. I think we need to renationalise an awful lot of utilities because, I mean, look where the alternative's gotten us. Corporate vampires are sucking this country dry. But there it is again. I needed to make some content. I was sitting around twiddling my thumbs. No drama has happened in the YouTube space. The Illuminati video still racking 100 views a day. Not bitter about it. But do watch my video on how Mr. Beast is a white saviour. Or is he? Oh, you'll have to watch it. You'll have to watch it to find out. Watch my video on Paul McCartney being dead. Breaking news, he's not. And that's about it, really. It's been lovely speaking to you, ladies, gentlemen, those that don't identify. Look forward to 5 years of disappointment. You know, democracy's a con, the Labour Party's a con, the cons are a con. You know, Lib Dems, check their hard drives. The Green Party, absolutely insane, bunch of Fruit Loops. Reform, again, bought and paid for by the Kremlin. So that is British politics, summarised. And fear not, dear viewer, because when I am Prime Minister, I'm going to bring Britain back to the safe haven currency of gold. All right? Everything's going to be gold. We're going to make everything gold. 10 Downing Street will be coated in bulletproof gold. I'm bored, frankly. I don't think Keir Starmer is even the Prime Minister yet. And I'm already fucking bored of it. So, look forward to Nigel Farage being Prime Minister in 2029. God help us all. But other than that, there's only a few things left to say. I love you. God bless yourself. And as usual, I'm sorry you had to hear it from me. Knock knock. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? Alright, geezers? I thought I'd treat you, my budding, wonderful, 30 plus enthusiasts. I've got an entire fucking farm of you piglets. It is wonderful and I do appreciate it. As I've stated so many times in the past, dear viewer, this platform is below me, but you make it worth it. You bring it all back home. So I thought I'd treat you today with a double slop special because there have been some headlines. There have been quite a few headlines and I'm going to be covering them here today. So in our first story, ding, I don't know, we need some sort of jingle. Hang on, I've got bells. I've got bells. I've got slop bells. In our first, those are wrapped around my cock at one point. Long story. The Germans, they are a feisty bunch. The first story, Onesian. Do you remember Onesian? I remember Onesian. He's come back and nobody noticed. Honestly, it's quite sad, really. If you are unaware of who Onesian is, see, I was never a first-hand consumer of his content. I did watch the Mr. Repsion videos on this individual, if you remember him. You know the one. Dyke at a funeral haircut, that one. Quite a high-pitched voice. Yeah, I watched his videos on this Onesian character, but never really delved into the treasure trove of miseries that is Onesian's many channels. And he's had a history of going offline, coming back, going offline, coming back, going offline. And then there was a lot of speculation in the commentary community. So that it makes me sick to even think about them, frankly. In the commentary community, that he was gone. He was gone for good this time, and he's definitely not coming back. And then he came back, and he's been back, re-uploading the classics. I believe making some new content, and no one cares. And when I say no one cares, I mean he's getting around about the same amount of views I do. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's that bad. He is in dire fucking straits. And last, if I remember correctly, there was a Chris Hansen investigation on him, and then that never really went anywhere. There was a lot of dodgy dealings, like Chris Hansen wasn't involved with police, and it never really went anywhere. And Chris Hansen himself was embroiled in quite a few controversies at the time. And before that, he was sort of broadcasting, or narrowcasting, as an old friend once dubbed it. His mental breakdowns, where he was in the shower just screaming, wearing like his girlfriend's makeup or something, just screaming and crying. Just, it looks like, honestly, these videos look like a how to basic video if it was the other camera. Yeah, instead of the camera pointing outward, it's the face camera. That's sort of what these videos reminded me of. Just stomping on eggs, crying. But that's all that really happened with Onesian. And then now I find out he's come back, and he's been back for a good 3 weeks. And I thought for certain the regular suspects, you know, the sort of shit shovelers you'd expect would be all over this. The eye nibblers of the world. You know, they'd love it. They'd be shoveling the shit. Oh, they love it. Onesian's come back. Onesian's come back. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So very much like the stepfather figure I am in your life, I've stepped up to the plate. Yeah? I know you hate me, but listen, I was there when your real dad wasn't, alright? And I'm here now. I'm here to stay. So hate me all you want. You'll grow up one day, son, and you'll think fondly of me. But that's really the update on Onesian. He's active now on, to my knowledge, all of his 74 different channels. So go to Speaks. Go to the main Onesian channel. You will see content there for the first time in a hot moment. What do you think about that? Comment below. Do comment below. What are your thoughts on Onesian? What are your thoughts on the Hood classic I'm a Banana, brackets, banana song, close brackets? I need some engagement. All right, I'm hungry. I'm starved for engagement. And Come on, comment below anything, and I will heart react it if I remember. Hold me to that. I thought the usual suspects would be all over this, you know, with their "whoa, you won't believe what's happening," and with their fucking with their fucking, you know what I'm talking about, the flashing lights ADD edit style. Why the fuck do these people do that? You know, it zooms into their face and then it spins around and there's a little JPEG dance. There's a little JPEG dancing around in the corner of the screen. What fucking lowlives, honestly. Why do they do that? There's text on screen. There's some sort of oversaturated image of Joe Biden eating an ice cream for some reason. Like, do you really have that little respect for your fucking audience? You have to fucking jingle car keys in front of them to keep them interested. Fuck me. No, I will get to my second slop in a second. I'm just letting the first one go down first, yeah? Would you like a drink? Would you like me to pour you a drink while you wait for your main course? But I could very much do a video all by itself on the commentary community and how they very much are, you know, tuberculosis made into a fucking subgenre of content. I mean, most of these people can't leave the fucking house without their ankle vibrating. A bunch of fucking, honestly, register evaders. And they're all the same person. This is the thing that frustrates me about the commentary community. They are all the same cardboard cutout fucking person. The same background video of Subway Surfers. The same editing style, the same whiny American voice, the same editing, just all of it. The same points, the same viewpoints, the same thumbnails, the same fuckwit audience. And listen, my audience is full of morons, but they're lovely, sweet, naive, almost childlike morons. These morons are just loud and stupid, all right? Meanwhile, I have the constitution of a Buddhist monk. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent, and the Marxist hebephiles in the comment section don't like it when I go on tangents, so we're getting back on topic. Story number 2. This is the second slop. Sneeko debated Moist Critical, and it did not go well. This did not go well. Sneeko, for those who aren't in the loop, recently came out as a libertarian. Yeah, and I know we live in a progressive age. We're supposed to support these things. I can't support this, all right? Him coming out and wanting to abolish the age of consent, I can't support that. Because that is what libertarians have always been about, what they will always be about. They use lower taxes as the fucking gift box. Yeah, that's the Trojan horse. Oh, I don't want my hard-earned money being spent on genocide abroad. My God, I'm with the libertarian. And then you open the gift box. Oh, no, my bad. It really is just paedophilia. They really do just want to fuck children. Because that's what libertarians are. They want to fuck kids. They don't want to wear their seatbelt. They don't want to eat their fucking vegetables. And unfortunately, Sneeko, who before this had a squeaky clean track record, he's come out. He's come out as one. He doesn't want the government telling him not to fuck kids. Seemed to be his argument. He specified, listen, I'm good faith. He specified he himself does not want to fuck children. However, his gripe is he doesn't want the government telling other people to not fuck kids. And somehow, this was like a Joe Biden moment. Honestly, this was like a Joe Biden debate moment. Somehow, he couldn't bat this away. He couldn't bat the most stupid argument down. It was lined up. It was a penalty shootout with no fucking goalie. He somehow missed. I get it. He's not a debate bro. Fine. But you don't need to be a debate bro to see the libertarian fucking conference and think, hang on, This is a bunch of dirty fucking perverts. He couldn't do that. He could not do that. And, it was just terrible. Sneeko just ran fucking circles around him. And we need a Kamala Harris moment now. All right? Moist Critical has to step down. And frankly, I think I'm the only one qualified to take over. I'm the only one qualified to debate him. So give me a debate with Sneeko. And let's put this nonsense to bed. All right? Not a bed shaped like a race car, you dirty fucking heathen. I'm really ashamed with Charlie, because if you can't put down an argument that boils down to, yeah, but is 14 really a child? If you can't back down that, you shouldn't have a fucking platform. Alright, this guy, this geezer, and I like the guy, but then again I said I like Mr. Beast, and he turned out to be a wrong un as well, so it's like a curse. I say one positive thing about one person on this platform, their whole empire falls apart. Yeah, the worst thing I can do for you, dear viewer, is compliment you. Alright? I call you morons to keep you safe. You have to believe me. I'm only attacking you and your character because I don't want to curse you. But he's got 15 million subscribers and he's going full fucking veg mode. He's vegging the fuck out with someone who's advocating for the abolition of the age of consent. Now, again, I go benevolent authoritarian on things like this. No, you up the age of consent to 21, you institute Romeo and Juliet laws for people below that age. Problem solved. All right? Because I don't want teenagers in above board relationships having their lives torn apart because they were 2 years different in age. Likewise, I don't want just turned 18-year-olds getting into cars with crusty old men, because that's perfectly legal. That is perfectly legal worldwide. An 18-year-old who was 17 24 hours ago can get into a car, let's say a beat up old Chevy, with a 58-year-old. That's fine. No, the parents can't do anything. No one can do fuck all about that. Yet, you get Call Me Carson situations, a 19-year-old with a 17-year-old, all hell breaks loose. Hades ascends. Little fucking hellspawn creatures coming through the fucking sewers. No, I do entertain myself. But no, you know what? It's fucking ridiculous. Teenagers in relationships can be a felony. Yet, you can get into a car with some fucking Jerry Seinfeld type fucking deviant. No one has an issue with it. Again, so when I'm Prime Minister, when I'm World King, make no fucking mistake, sweetheart. We're up in the age of consent to 21. Anyone who has an issue with it, we will investigate. All right, we are going to fucking investigate that. And institute Romeo and Juliet laws for under 21s. There you go. Problem solved. But Sneeko, I mean, he has a track record of defending paedophiles. It wasn't just Mr. Disrespect. Before that, he was going on about cuties. How he loved cuties. How it made him feel in touch with his childlike innards or whatever. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know what he said. He said some dodgy fucking shit. And Charlie, I'm disappointed in you. Yeah, you had a real fucking Joe Biden moment on that debate stage. And frankly, I think you should bow out, mate. I think you should retire from this fucking platform. And we should elect me. Yeah, I should be the nominee. Nominee of what? No fucking clue. But get me on a debate stage. I'll debate any of you fuckers any day of the week right now. Let's have a debate right now. Because if you can't own the libs in an argument on the age of consent, you shouldn't be on a fucking social media platform. You know what I mean? Because you really are too far fucking gone. I keep telling you, and you do not listen. Libertarians, some of them will be smart enough to not admit it, But deep down, every single libertarian wants one thing above all else, and it's to fuck children. All right, that's all they want. That is all they want. And day by day, I'm proven right, because it's a pipeline. At first, it's having gripes, understandable gripes, on how your money is being spent by the government. Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm with you on that one. But then it evolves, and it festers, and it transforms into something very, very different. Why is the government making me wear a crash helmet? Why is the government making me not drink and drive? Why is the government not letting me own a bazooka? Why isn't the government letting me fuck children? It always ends there. And you can stomp your feet and say it will never be me. Oh, Mr. Earth apologist, it will never be me. It will be. Because once you're a libertarian, it's only a matter of time. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. So Sneeko has come out as a libertarian. I've said it now. I'm a liberophobe. I'm liberophobic. I think these people are scum, and I think we should round them up. Moist Critical has failed fundamentally. Very disappointed in him. Because I hate nothing more than to see libertarians win anything, right? Win anything. And it kills me inside to say this, but I can't believe Sneeko came out looking marginally better with a platform of let me fuck kids, let me fuck children. How did you fuck this up? So I would like to thank a lovely gentleman, a lovely chap, Turkey Thomas. I'd rather die than compliment anyone in the slop commentary community, but have to hand it to the geezer. He can make regurgitated half-an-hour videos. I can watch half of it, I can get the juicy details, and then I can make my slop. So this very much is a regurgitation of a regurgitation. So I do thank him for that. But you know what I mean. It's fucking ridiculous. And this follows directly from my damning revelations on the whole Shadgate debacle. You know, forget about Epstein's flight logs. I want to see Shadman's chat logs. Make no mistake, the amount of familiar names you will see in his DMs. And it's not just going to be, cordial fucking conversation. There is dodgy dealings, and it's only just begun to come to the surface. The Nux Tarku and all of these fucking deviants. A lot of people, since I dropped my fantastic expose, do watch that. It's important. Lots of people have been outed as deviant defenders and fans of the Shadman, the man of Shad. No, you know what I mean? I'm just angry. Forget about Onesian. These people are sick. These people are sick.
Not going to be vacation so slow.
Alright, geezers. Once again, Earth apologist, modern day Nostradamus. What did I say? What did I say in the Sneeko v Moist Critical video? I said, Charlie, mate, I love you. We all love you. You're a great guy, but this isn't for you. This internet nonsense is not for you. It's a hard, cruel fucking world. And you're not ready for it, sunshine. You've got to bow out. If you can't win an argument with a fucking libertarian on the internet, frankly, I think you should go offline for a bit. And now, on my feed, nice Mr. Reddit has told me. What's he told me? He says Charlie is stepping down from the official podcast. So, just with Shadgate, just with everything else, 2030 hindsight, frankly. I'm so far in the fucking future. Yeah? I know who's going to win the World Cup before it happens. So, it's unfortunate that this turn of events has happened. But I told you in that video, this was his Joe Biden moment. And a little while after the debate, what happened? Joe Biden stepped down. So I would just like to thank everyone for crowning me a presumptive nominee, king of the internet. It really is. It touches me in places, frankly, I didn't think my fingers could reach. So, just thank you. I want to thank you. And I don't give thanks often. We've done this jig before. I do mercy. I show mercy more than thanks. But I am appreciative. Charlie, take 5 out. Give yourself rest, Let yourself spend time with your loved ones away from this fucking nonsense. I wish him the best, truly. Frankly, I still think he should maybe step down from the whole internet thing in general. But it was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. Because if you can't win an argument on why abolishing the age of consent is not a smart idea, you shouldn't be on the internet. Especially when your whole thing is laughing at stupid people, holding stupid people to account. If you can't hold King fucking moron himself to account, frankly, I don't think the internet's the place for you. So Charlie is spending more time touching of the grass. Couldn't be happier for him. I do wish him all the best. I know all of my audience, all 30 plus of you, 26 if we're being realistic. I know you wish him the best as well. But that's the news today. Charlie, Moist Critical, Chill Penguins, or whatever screen name he goes by this week, he's gone. He's stepped down from the official podcast. I will miss it because as background fodder, as some slop you can put on in the background and zone the fuck out, I think it was good. I liked the Some Ordinary podcast as well, but the issue with that one is they always had guests. And I'm not always in the mood for, Copper Cab's triumphant fucking return. No, you know what I mean. I'm not always in the mood to hear random people's fucking opinions on shit. I like Muta. Muta's my man. He's recently found himself in hot water for his connections to, among others, Nux Tarku. Now, complete disclaimer on this one. Mutahar was not in Shadman's chat logs. He was not in Shadman's little black book. To my knowledge, Mutahar is not a big fan and appreciator of the Shadman. So I'm not saying that. I'm not levelling that accusation against him. He was not tagged in the Shadgate video. Do watch that. It's phenomenal. But apparently that podcast is having a reshuffle, a cabinet reshuffle, if you will. And I assure you will. And now, is the official podcast going to carry on without Charlie? Let's be honest, he was the mainstay. I like all of the boys on the podcast, but in reality, I don't think I'm being out of step here. Most people come for Charlie. Yeah? So maybe the whole podcast goes on hiatus. Lads, if you're watching this, I will gladly take Charlie's seat. I can do Wednesdays, I can do Thursdays, I can do Fridays, and I think you'll find every other day of the week. So do contact me at the regular address. Where is that address? No fucking clue. Figure it out. Yeah, I'm important enough now where you can figure it out. And I'll gladly do the official podcast before I get bored. So that's the news. I'm feeding you the slop as per usual. You are nothing if not a baby bird with your gullet wide open. And I will happily regurgitate any of the slop I come across into your waiting hungry mouth. So that's an update on the Charlie v Sneeko situation. Do watch my original 2-for-1 slop special, because I predicted this. I predicted, or dare I say, I called for Charlie to step down, to bow out, to pass the torch to someone younger, dare I say taller, dare I say more good looking, dare I say more articulate. And he's done that now. He's done that now. And now big man earth apologist, yeah? Very much the Kamala Harris of this equation. I've stepped into the race and I will defend, I don't know, not democracy. Not a big fan of democracy, frankly. But I will defend the internet from these fucking paedophiles trying to abolish the age of consent, alright? So let's get going. We've got a long fight ahead of us, but we will beat them off. We will beat off the libertarians. We will beat off the Marxist hebephiles. We will fight them on the beaches. We will never surrender. Yes, the allegations are true. I'm an arsehole in a world of cunts.
The haunted colouring in pages.
You know, because as someone who is clinically diagnosed, I can show you the paperwork. This isn't some sort of boogie situation here. As someone who is clinically bullshit intolerant, I cannot stand idly by, because people are using this to once again target an innocent group of people that have done fuck all, you know. Yeah, absolutely, go after trans people. But these same fucking creators won't touch the at least dozens of creators, big high profile creators, that have publicly, as recently as 2-3 years ago, defended Shadman. No, of course not. You're not going to go after those fuckers because you don't actually care. You don't care about this. You're an opportunist. You are a morally fibreless, spineless little weasel. And shame on you as well, frankly. Because I'm not going to make oh yeah, let's kick the minority. I don't fucking play that game. We should be going after every last person that Shadman's been involved with. Because we already know one person Shadman was on good terms with. And look what they were up to. Yeah, look what the artist formerly known as Chris Tyson was up to. And never forget, everything they did was before they took the titty skittles. So, you know what I mean? And it's the hypocrisy. No one gave a fuck what then Chris Tyson was doing. No one cared. Mr. Beast was at least aware of it because we have the fucking tweets. Mr. Beast was tagged in these sort of tweets. He knew. He was best friends with Tyson. So I don't buy that he was completely oblivious to this. And now there's rumours that, I'll quote, Chris Tyson was just the beginning. It's like the Subway Jared Fogle thing. And that house of cards is moments away from crumbling. Best believe we've got some breaking news on that. It involves Burger King putting sparrow meat in their chicken nuggets. We'll get to that another day. It just fucking annoys me, frankly. It really pisses me off because no one is talking about the real fucking scandal here. The amount of people that were complicit in what this pervert was up to. You know, Shadman has been given a free pass on the internet for close to a decade now. Over a decade, potentially. And he has been drawing child pornography for at least a decade. I mean, never forget why he was kicked out of Switzerland. He was kicked out of Switzerland for drawing child pornography. That's his origin story. That's his fucking Batman villain arc. That's where he comes from. So to plead ignorance isn't good enough. To plead ignorance is to plead ignorance to what Shadman is and was and has always been. And he's Swiss, and he's a cretin. And these people, honestly, props to the fella from the Kiwi Farms, because he's the fella who actually got him done. He's the reason he got arrested. So, once again, it's the anti-heroes in our society that do the fucking dealing. But, alright geezers, I have triumphantly returned from what some are calling a psychotic episode. I personally see it more of a mini-series, but, you know, you say breakdown, I say Tuesday. So today we're going to be talking about the children's entertainer formerly known as Chris Tyson. I've been sitting on this one for a while. I do warn you, this is a heads up. I'm more informed on this one, so apologies in advance. Usually I read the headline and the first comment and I run with it. This one I know some of the facts, so it might not have the old school Earth apologist charm, frankly. But the artist formerly known as Chris Tyson, before they amalgamated, they transmalgamated into the person we see today. There's been a lot of controversy around this individual. The artist formerly known as Chris Tyson is sort of like a friend of Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast today, fuck knows, maybe tomorrow it'll be Mrs. Beast. You really can't tell these days. People are transforming and transfiguring, and they're just transing all over the place. But the artist formerly known as Chris Tyson, they found themselves in quite a bit of hot water recently for things they did many moons ago while they still were Chris Tyson. The Lolicon. We're going to talk about the Lolicon. Now, this isn't some sort of ice cream fan convention. Lolicon is, to my understanding, illustrated depictions of child pornography. It's always the Japanese, in it. Bunch of fucking perverts. But more than just Lolicon, it involves Shadman, who I have the displeasure of knowing about previously. Prior to this, Shadman, the quick facts, the rapid fire facts you need on Shadman. He once drew Keemstar's then 8-year-old daughter in a sexual manner. He also drew then presidential candidate Hillary Clinton as a child, once again in a sexual manner. This isn't like, you know, you hear a lot of it on Reddit. It's a cartoon character, they're 17 years old, but they're actually like some sort of orc that is 58 billion years old or whatever. I mean, no, these are full fat, anatomical, real children being drawn. And Shadman apparently was on very good terms with the children's entertainer formerly known as Chris Tyson. Very friendly for, I believe, 3 years. And people are rightly concerned about that, because you've got this giant platform with, let's face it, a mostly child audience. Mr. Beast is the world's most famous children's entertainer, and I've got a lot of time for the guy. I think he's a good bloke. But this, you know, this has led to some good faith concern and a lot of bad faith concern. And I'll get to that in a second. But Chris Tyson, the artist formerly known as, before they turned their name into a symbol, there's been a lot of flack recently, a lot of fire, because things are coming out day by day now. Then Chris Tyson had, I believe, Lolicon wall art from Shadman, the artist still known as Shadman. And that's not a good look, is it? That's never a good look. But I think there's some necessary context missing here. And listen, I'm not here to defend any of this sort of behaviour. My issue, and we'll get to this in a moment, is the hypocrisy, dear viewer. But no, it's weird, it's bizarre, It's dirty. Check the hard drives. But you've got to put it in the context of the time. A lot of people, and this is the hypocrisy, a lot of people in the 2010s were very, very fucking cordial with Shadman. I refer to him as the internet's Epstein. Best believe, because if we ever get Shadman's Little Black Book, you will see a lot of familiar fucking faces. For one, all of the old guard from Newgrounds, every last one of those fuckers would be in that book because they were all very good friends with Shadman. And they knew what he was about. They knew better than anyone what this fucker was up to. This deviant. The king of register evaders. They knew exactly what he was up to. And it was never an issue. It was never an issue with any of them. And likewise, it wasn't an issue with the artist formerly known as Chris Tyson until they started taking the titty skittles. The second they took the titty skittles, all of a sudden, now it's an issue. Because once again, this is pushing the narrative that transgenderers are all apex predators, they're hyper groomers, they're coming for your kids. They did the same shtick with gays. After trans people, after this pink scare, no doubt they'll do it with some other group. Maybe they'll do it with little people. Yeah? It's the little people. They're coming for our jobs. They're coming for our women. It's those fucking dwarves, man. No. I smell bullshit from a fucking mile away, and I have to speak on it. Because these same, protect the kids, aftards, absolutely silent on the apparatus for boy buggery we know as the Catholic Church. No one's talking about that. No one gives a fuck about those kids because they're not being preyed on by trans people. No, of course not. They're being preyed on by priests. And that's the good kind of paedophilia. We like that paedophilia. That is holy and pure paedophilia, yeah? None of this diet nonsense. But it just fucks me off because absolutely go after the children's entertainer formerly known as Chris Tyson. Abso-fucking-lutely. Ava-lutely. There you go. I think that's the name they're going by now. Absolutely go after him. If you're concerned about this, you should have every right, regardless of skin colour or height or foot size or orientation. If someone is doing something dodgy, I will 100% support your right to point your finger and say, that's a bit fucking dodgy, innit? But it's always specific types of people that get hit. These people aren't talking about the credible allegations against Donald J. Trump. No, of course not, because Donald J. Trump is their boy. Shadman's a scumbag, but, as I've already said, a lot of people, a lot of beloved content creators on this platform today were on very, very good terms with this fucker. And none of them are getting called out. Not one of them is getting called out. So it's tiring, it's predictable, and just admit it. Just admit it. I would have so much more respect for you if you just had a spine and admitted, yeah, I'm talking about it because they're trans. I'm talking about it because I'm trying to push my narrative that all of these people are dirty, disgusting hyper predators. Yeah, I admit it. I would respect you so much more if you just fucking said it. But they can't, because they're invertebrates. So that's my little vlog, if those still exist. It's not really a vlog, there's no video. Audio blog, there you go. Who cares? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When there are full fat paedophiles on this platform, many of which are in the comments section below, when these people exist, I just feel we are targeting people for very specific reasons outside of their actions. The people we should be going after are Shadman, and if we want to go down this path, every single person that's been on good terms with this fucker. Because hanging lolicon wall art is a dodgy fucking look. But you have to realise a lot of contemporaries were doing similar shit. This was a different time on the platform. A lot of people did a lot of really questionable shit. And once again, just to conclude, those tweets the artist formerly known as Chris Tyson put out, they've always been public. They've always been there. No one gave a fuck about them until the artist formerly known as Chris Tyson took the titty skittles. The second they pop the titty skittles, all of a sudden it matters. So do you give a fuck about kids or not? Because if you give a fuck about kids, where were you giving a fuck about kids 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago? Don't want to fucking hear it, mate. So that's my little rant out of the way. Firebomb the Daily Wire. Investigate the Catholic Church. And absolutely audit the computers and laptops and mobiles of every single person who's ever been seen publicly with Shadman. Alright? As an amendum, you know the word I'm trying to fucking say, to my recent smash hit success, the Chris Tyson artist formerly known as video. A lot has come out since that video. An awful lot has come out. And people are finally waking up to what's going on with Shadman. I mean, I call him the internet's Epstein for good reason. Every last one of the fuckers now being outed for being on very good terms with this pervert. It makes you question, what sort of dirt does he have on them? For these people to this day still come out and bat for Shad, still come out and defend this pervert. Bearing in mind, I mean, the sort of things this guy has done. He has depicted actual children being pissed on, being sexually violated. These are real children, real world children, drawn in horrendous ways. And I don't want to hear the argument of, but Earth apologists, these people defended him when they didn't know what he was about. Don't you fucking dare. He was on the Sleepy Cabin podcast talking about this shit and they fucking clapped like seals. I don't want to hear it. They've known what he was about. I mean, for the love of God, the man was kicked out of Switzerland, land of the paedophiles, for being such a big register evader. If that doesn't tell you what this geezer's about, nothing will. These people knew what he was up to. They knew who he was better than anyone. They still let him live with them. They still went out and defended him. Bella Delphine, fucking hell, Eager Raptor's wife, Zach Hadel, Only Plays. Every last one of these people were complicit in this. The only question you have, what kind of dirt does he have on these people? You know what I mean? What is in Shadman's little black book? We need to audit these people. Absolutely, Ava Chris Tyson is on that fucking list. Alright, don't think I'm playing favourites here. There's a lot of dodgy shit. And now I find out Mr. Beast, who I still think should be called Josh, he looks like a Josh, Mr. Beast was on good terms with Shad. This goes all the way from the top to the fucking core. And if the devil himself is coming out and saying, fucking hell, this is too far for even me, you know you've gone too far. Because best believe, sweetheart, hell has a basement and that fucker's in it. Shadman is in hell's basement. It's bad enough he's Swiss, but the shit he's done, you know, child actresses, 13 years of age. I believe he actually depicted a 13-year-old sexual assault survivor in the most horrific ways imaginable. He drew this stuff. He stood by this stuff. And the only reason he, quote, stopped is because it was no longer financially viable. This man enabled actual fucking paedophiles. And shame on every last one of these big name beloved content creators who defended him for years. Alright, so I'm not going to make this a whack the pinata. Oh, look, trans people are paedophiles. Get the trans people. No. We don't get the trans people. We get the nonce apologists who enabled this shit.
It may come halfway true.
Breaking news. Rich white man helps the poor. White Americans in hysterics. Alright, geezers. We're going to talk about the Mr. Beast situation in another shameless attempt to garner views. So, I'm sure you've heard about it by now. This Mr. Beast fella, who I believe his real name is Josh. Don't know why. He looks like a Josh. You know what I mean? If he wasn't called Josh, I would want him to be called Josh. He looks like a Josh, not a Joshua, a Josh. I'll have to introduce you to the Statunomicon at some time. It's a book I'm working on. But this Mr. Beast individual, this social media influencer, I think that's what they're called, innit? Influenza? Sounds accurate, because trust me, most of these people are a fucking disease. But he has gotten in hot water once again. And what, ladies, gentlemen, those that don't identify, has he gotten himself in hot water for this time? Because lest we forget, last time he was in hot water for, I think it was being friends with a trans person. I mean, if the bar was low before, it's gone sub-fucking-terranean at this point. Honestly, McCarthy trials. Are you or have you ever been friends with the transgenderers? No. It's stupid. Stupid people on the internet who, once again, I've already been over this, we should set them on fire, right? Idiots on the internet, we should set them on fire. But now, nice Mr. Beast, this Josh fella, he's gotten in hot water for something even more stupid. Can you guess what it is? You already know. He has gotten in hot water for helping the poor. Honestly, at this point, I feel like if Jesus came back, he'd get cancelled within a week. He can't do right. He's building houses for little Ethiopian kids, little blind Ethiopian kids, I imagine. No idea. Haven't read the full story. Busy. And you're still criticising him. You can't win. You cannot win. It feels like any rich white man that does good with the money he has is the devil. Thank fuck for that, because trust me, if I had a tenth of the amount of money he has, I would not be giving it to little poor starving kids in Ethiopia. That I can promise you. No one is ever going to accuse me of being a white saviour. I can tell you that with conviction. But this Mr. Beast fella, this Josh individual, they're now criticising him for doing a good thing with his money. Now, I understand the nuance of he's filming it, he's making you know, whatever. Honestly, I zone out when these people talk. I really do just zone out. It's like the teacher from Peanuts, innit? Got a lot of that in the comment section. Got a lot of that in the comment section to the Illuminati video. Lots and lots of trombones. But, you know, I understand the nuance of, you know, it's almost a philosophical question. Is it still a charitable act if you're doing it with cameras and, you know, all of this fucking... But at the end of the day, little Ethiopian children without shoes, they're getting shoes. Yeah, they're getting houses. Now, maybe I'm some sort of clansman for thinking this, but I think that's a good thing. I think if there's some, like, poor people in some war-torn country that now have a condo, I think that's fucking brilliant. Well done, Mr. Beast. But no, they're shitting on him from a great height because he dared, I don't know, to make hashtag content from it. Trust me, if I could make content from it, I would. That's why I'm doing this video. See, now I'm making content on it. And I'm not building houses for little sick, deaf, dumb and blind Ethiopian children. So I'm even worse, if anything. And I tell you that. The internet's anti-hero. That's the angle we're going for, ladies, gentlemen. Ladies, gentlemen, those that don't identify, dear viewers, the recently concussed, what catchphrase do you want at this point? But it's just so stupid, honestly. It's so stupid to get offended over this. And this is the exact thing I was talking about with the Illuminati video. We need a war or something. Because if this is the biggest issue, if this is what gets you cancelled in the year 2024, then fucking hell, I don't think any of us are getting into heaven. You know what I mean? Now, people like me, I get people like me not getting into heaven. Lord knows. But this guy, he's a good bloke. This Mr. Beast fella, he's a good bloke. And he's a very successful businessman, and I respect that. See, some people respect him for his philanthropy. Philanthropy. I respect him for making lots and lots and lots and lots of money, you know. Cynically capitalist, but I respect that. I see that, I see success, and I think, fucking hell, this man has won. And you got lucky, because he got really, really successful, and he's doing a lot of good with the money and the power he's accrued. If I was in his situation, I would probably try to invade a country at this point. Honestly, no, I'd go auto-cretin with power. So consider yourself lucky. It's Mr. Beast with the 500 billion subscribers, not someone like me. Because believe me, I would start putting people in cages. So maybe we should stop stomping our feet and squealing about what her white saviours, and it's mostly white liberal American women. I say white liberal American women, white liberal American teenagers. Maybe we should stop squealing about that, and I don't know, squeal about how America's currently on fire and won't survive another election cycle. Maybe you should get more nervous about that. You know, or what's going on in France. I've done a great video on the French. You should watch it. They're shitting in the river once again. I believe the history books will have this down as the Paris shit riots. They're always having a riot. Honestly, if it's a day ending in Y, the French are unhappy. Miserable fuckers. But yes, Mr. Beast, good. The people calling him all of these names, bad. Alright, there you go. So, you know, maybe Mr. Beast will see this video and he'll give me 500,000 billion pounds or dollars or yen. Listen, I'm not picky. I'll have Russian rubles at this point. No idea what the exchange rate is. But if you would like to give me money, dear viewer, please do. Comment below with the amount of money you want to give me, and we can sort it out. You can wire it over. But yes, that's my my little update. More information. Again, I'm not gonna jump to making comments on the Ava Chris Tyson situation because every hour new shit's coming out. The headline is They've stepped away. They've been fired by Mr. Beast. Still Mr. Beast, mind you, not Mrs. Beast, not yet. So they're out. The artist formerly known as Chris Tyson, formerly an employee of Mr. Beast Inc. They're gone. They're gone now. It's hard not to be cynical. It's hard not to be jaded that Mr. Beast is really just covering his own skin, because if this really is just the tip of the iceberg, we're going to see a lot of shit coming out. Will it destroy Mr. Beast? Probably not. He's too big to fail. You know what I mean? He's too big. He's Titanic. If the Titanic was real, of course. But you know, it just fucks me off, really. And no doubt, if there are comments, there'll be some overtly provocative comment for a 14-year-old to reply based in all caps beneath it, so they can go back to their life satisfied that they have owned the woke libtards. But who cares? You know what I mean? See, this is what fucks me off. This is what really fucks me off. When there are things like this, when there is a culture of people defending cretins like Shadman, and all of the airtime is still fucking taken up by Illuminati's legal debauchery. Really? Really? That holds more weight to you than a culture that's been going on for over a decade of soft-core paedophilia apologia. It doesn't wash with me, I'm afraid. Yeah, absolutely. Let's get another Call Me Carson. He was 19, she was 17. Oh, it's the end of the fucking world. Silence on shit like this. Absolute silence on shit like this. So I don't really want to hear it, because Only Play isn't going to be sent to the wall. Zach Hadel isn't going to be sent to the wall. Bella Delphine isn't going to be sent to the wall. All of these creators that have been overtly defending Shadman, appreciating quote unquote his work, none of them are going to get any flack for it, because none of them are trans. So, you know, I see it for what it is, really, and it's fucking ridiculous. Alright, geezers, need some slop. I need some slop to feed you, and we really are scraping the bottom of the slop bowl at this point. So I was scrolling on Reddit. Oh, I'm that desperate now. I was scrolling through Reddit. Don't worry, another episode of Are You an Arsehole is on its way. I'll get round to that. I've got a good one. I've scrolled and scrolled and scrolled some more. So that will be coming at some point. I've got it all planned out. Might address the harrowing allegations against me vis-a-vis plagiarism as well. I've been cancelled. 2 weeks on this sodding platform, I've already been cancelled. Honestly, you can't fucking win with these people. But I thought I'd talk about a very important matter. And by very important, I mean not important in the slightest. This is about music critics. But fear not, dear viewer, it is not a rant. No, I'm talking about Brad. Oh God, what's his name? Brad likes music. Bradley Music Enjoyer 1. Oh, no, I do. I enjoy myself. If no one else enjoys this fucking channel, you should know. You should know. I fucking well do. So this Brad's a fan of music 1 or whatever, 1998, whatever. He's apparently in hot water. There's allegations. You always have to say allegations, because then they can't sue you. That's the tip, you know. I've heard allegations, yeah, that everyone in the comment section is a raging Hebephile. See, you can't sue me. You can't sue. I can name you by name and you can't sue me. It's very good, actually. So good. You know, people say, they say it all the time, how does he get away with it? I say allegedly. I do. I say allegedly. So these... What a load of shit this channel is, honestly. I had someone in the comment section of that Illuminati video. Oh, the 10th wittery of the people in these comment sections. And I don't go too hard because you don't know the info. They may be 12 years old. My days of picking on children are long behind me. Yeah, I gave up that nasty habit when I was 21. But there was one comment, and I will get to the story. I will get to this Bradley individual very soon. Other than being a raging Zionist, there's other things. There are other things involving strippers, you know. Ladies of the night. What's the politically correct term now? Sex enthusiasts? Something like that. Sentimental colleagues? I don't fucking know. There's a ridiculous term for prostitutes now. We can't call them prostitutes. That you can't have it both ways, I'm afraid. Either there's nothing wrong with being a prostitute and we should empower these women, or there is something wrong with being prostitutes and that's why you're trying to clean up the language. Which is it? Sorry, lots of trains of thoughts, lots of stations. I've missed my train. It's a disaster. All right, I'll take the bus. Fuck it. I'll take the mind bus. What was I saying? Yes, comment in the section below. They've already clicked off. No one's watching this anymore. I can say whatever I like. Do you want me to crack open the M word? I will. Say the word. I will say it. I will say whatever you want for money. Honestly, it's getting desperate now. I'll do it in a funny accent. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'll reanimate the twitching corpse of Sir Nelson Mandela and I'll do my fucking brilliant Nelson Mandela impression. Do you want it? I will. Say the word and I'll do my Nelson. I will go full Nelson. Got a bowl of cornflakes. I like to let them stodge. You know what I mean? I like a bowl of cornflakes which are almost a liquid. I let them go all stodgy. You know, because I've got no teeth. I'm sorry you had to find out this way, dear viewer, but I've been living a lie. I don't actually have teeth. Again, it feels wrong to keep this lie going. I don't have teeth, and I know a lot of you are upset with me right now because I've been lying to you for these last 2 weeks, but you know. Sorry, you know, I've got no teeth. What was I saying? Yeah, there was one comment in the comment section of this Illuminati video. And it was beautiful. Because for those not in the loop, this Vangelica Scoff, no idea. She sounds like a Lemony Snicket character, doesn't she? Vangelica Scoff? Something like that. Apparently she's like this big YouTuber. I've never heard of her, so she can't be that big, I'm afraid. In the comments below, you know, I was having a conversation with her. Lovely woman. Lovely woman. Wish her all the best. You know, I like to support the up-and-coming creators on this platform. But below our very insightful conversation, you should read it. It's very good. It's one of the best transactions I've ever had, in my opinion. There was one comment, probably from some sort of perpetual 14-year-old, and it read something like, "Dude, your content lazy as fuck." Now, I've been telling you that since day one. The king of low quality content. How can I make it clearer? Minimal effort, maximum results. That's what we're going for here. This platform is below me. We've already established this, dear viewer. But yes, that made me chuckle. That made me laugh. Because every fucking time, they prove me right. I call them morons. And what do? They act like morons. But this Bradley individual, Brad tastes like music, I think. I think I'm getting warmer. Oh, I think I'm getting warmer. Stop observing me, I'm not a national holiday. This Brad, he's apparently he's been a very Brad boy, because he has apparently been cheating on his girlfriend, spending dubious amounts of money on hookers, on strippers. He's known as Brad Boy. He's known as Brad Boy 1 in the Spearmint Rhino. Because honestly, you realise in strip clubs they have clean money, right? Like fake Monopoly money. Weird places. Very bizarre. And again, I don't see the appeal in a strip club. Why would I want some sort of like VR representation? Because you can't touch them. Obviously, you can't touch them. The rules are you can look, but you can't touch. You might as well just, you know what I mean? You might as well just watch a video on one of those dubious websites. Because that's free. You can do that for free. And if you've got one of those fancy gizmo fucking whiz kid headsets, it's like a strip club. Sad. I think he should be cancelled for being some sort of frothing, foaming, big lovely Zionist. That's what I think. I think he should be cancelled for that. Again, I've already discussed my peace plan for the Middle East, and it involves a lot of tarmac from the West Bank all the way to Tel Aviv. All right, this is what you do. You have condos, you have strip malls, you have peace. All right, you have peace in the Middle East. No one's willing to do it because, for one, I don't think it's even possible yet to have a big fuck-off Zeppelin full of wet concrete. But you have to do it. You have to do it. Get the women and the children, the disabled, the elderly. Get them out of Palestine and Israel. Everyone else, fuck them. They had their chance. Fuck them. Tarmac the entire area. Yeah, make it a Middle Eastern Las Vegas. Big fuck-off statue of Marilyn Monroe as Lady Liberty. Yeah, with her dress being blown by the air duct. Imagine that. Fake Big Ben. Fake Mount Rushmore or whatever. Like landmarks. Make it nice. Yeah? Freshen the place up a bit. Don't make it sad with, women and children being sort of massacred. Make it nice. That's what I'm asking. So I'd have peace in the Middle East within 5 years. People aren't willing to take the gamble, but they will be gambling at the casinos we're going to build there. Yes.
This is just another heartbreaking example on the listen back here. Donald Trump's ripping me off. I was saying this in, mid 2024? The election was like miles down the road. And here we have Donald J. Trump with his he's ripping me off. The President of the United States has ripped off my peace plan. And yeah, fair enough. I can take or leave him being a little bit of a child rapist. But when you come for my intellectual property, when you start ripping off my peace plan, Donald.
This Brad tastes of music. Tastes like Teen Spirit. No fucking clue. Who cares? You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? I don't. Do you care? I don't care. Do you care? Watch my video on the 2024 general election, the British one. No doubt they'll make a fucking American remake of that as well. They're always doing that. Not an original idea. But this Bradley, he's been very, very Brad. He's been a very, very Brad boy one. I don't care. This is going to get like 14 views. Who gives a fuck? Might as well crack open the N-word. No one's here to fucking hear it. No. Again, when I use slurs liberally, I use them for a fucking audience. Alright? No. I will never be debased so lowly. Comment below, what's your favourite racial slur? Let's get a conversation going. Let's have a discourse on this topic. It's an important topic. I think it's an important topic. Truly, I do. What is your favourite? Because everyone's got a favourite. I know it's not PC to say it these days, but everyone's got a favourite deep down. What is your favourite? Comment below. Also, if you do have money just lying around and you think of your old pal, your good friend who's been there for you, telling you the truth, maybe give me some money. Give your old friend Earth Apologist some money. No one's listening. No one's listening this far. I can say absolutely anything. And yet I choose silence. Yeah, but yeah, you know, maybe I will. Maybe I will make a whole video. We need to talk about music critics, because I have never seen one that isn't so far up his own arse he's coming out his own mouth. I mean, that Fantano, Jesus, for the love of all that fucks, is it any wonder his wife left him? She should get compensation. Living with him by choice. Fuck me. No. And he's wrong about Animal Collective. Alright? That surprised you, didn't it? Old Earth Apologist, big fan of the AC, or the ANCO, as cool kids like I do call them. The Animal Collective. Yeah, it's a collective of animals. They're a good time, noisy, funky, colourful, very good band. We like the Animal Collective here. And he's wrong about them. He's not wrong about Centipede Hurts. He's not wrong about that one. But he's wrong about the band fundamentally. So, there you go. And I imagine this Brad individual is also wrong about Animal Collective. What's a band you like? Comment below. Comment below. Comment below your favourite racial slur and a band you like. Alright? I've got to get engagement somehow. It's getting desperate. I'm getting really quite desperate. So, Keir Starmer's the Prime Minister. That's good. Do you think he'll put me in the back of a riot van? No, he wouldn't do that to me. I don't think he'd do that to me. Would he do that to me? I don't think he'd do that to me. Comment below. Will Keir Starmer put me in a cage? Alright, so this is a follow-up to the Bradigations brought against that Bradley individual. You know the drill. He was accused of being... He was accused of behaving a bit Bradley. And frankly, as someone who knows nothing about this geezer, I'm disappointed. But this is a follow-up to that. John Landau has died. This is going somewhere, trust me. John Landau, famous propagandist who, among trying to legitimise blue people, also was responsible for the greatest piece of propaganda of the last 50 years. I mean, this was Himmler level psyop fucking mind control. This is like MK Ultra on crack. John Landau, the mastermind, shall we call him, behind some of the greatest perpetuation of the Titanic myth I've ever seen, frankly. I mean, sure, there's quote documentaries, faux-umentaries, as I call them, but nothing came as culturally relevant as Landau's Big Lie. That's what they call it. I believe that's what Hitler called it, the Big Lie. And he made a film, we've been over this, about Kate Winslet on a boat. Straight men were hooked. Women were hooked, of all varieties. It was a mastermind. It was a devious plot. And now, people believe it. People believe this fucking ship existed. And it didn't. I keep telling you. The Titanic is not real. And you just don't fucking listen. No one fucking listens. This is going somewhere. So John Landau, a nefarious individual, has finally croaked. But don't worry, fans of Landau and his work. Where he's going, he's warm. Alright, he's very warm where he's ended up. So he's dead. You know, I think he made some sort of live action film with Smurfs or something. I don't fucking know. Never saw that one. That's probably a con as well. That probably perpetuates some sort of race war. You know, it's like Charles Manson with the White Album. It's called the White Album for a fucking reason. They're coming for us. I think that's what he thought. But John Landau is dead. And this relates to this Bradley individual in a big way. I'll get to that in a minute. The Titanic, I mean, you know, it's a shorthand. The HMS Titanic is actually short. The full title is The Titanic Lie. Yeah, because it's a lie so massive, no one would make it up. Imagine that. The biggest, most boatest ship that ever fucking sailed, and it sinks. Right? Point me. Go on. Point me. Point me to someone who saw that ship with their own eyes. Point me to someone that was on that ship. Oh, wait. Again, all you have to do to shut these people down is ask them the simple fucking question. Have you ever seen this boat with your own eyes? No. Have you ever met someone who's seen this boat with their own eyes? No. Have they ever met someone who's seen this ship with their own eyes? No. Honestly, their whole fucking worldview crumbles. Because it's a lie. They have fooled people. John Landau, who very much is the Himmler of cinema, right? I think we can say that now. He's the Himmler of this fucking master scheme to make people believe this thing happened, and it didn't. I fight for the truth so hard, and I've been persecuted for it. I've very much been victimised for telling the truth, but I'm not going to stop. Nothing will stop me on this crusade against Titanic disinfo, because that's what it is. It's a psyop, it's a con, it's deep fake. You can't find pictures of this thing. It's like Stalin, right? It's like the Stalinist photo trickery. You can't find an actual image of this thing. You can't. And you'll point me in the direction of them. They're not real. I'm sorry to say. They are not real. And again, I'm not one of these morons who thinks the Titanic was real and it was an inside job. I'm not one of these people who argues the Titanic was switched out last minute. No, I mean, come on. Really? You really think I'm that dumb? No, I believe the clear, blatant truth that the Titanic itself does not exist. It did not exist. The one time people tried to see it with their own eyes, they were fucking disappeared. Wake up! And it's just like the Jared Fogle thing. I tell the truth and people have a go at me. I just can't fucking win, and I talked to my fiance about it and she doesn't fucking care. She placates me. Of course she fucking does. But no one really fucking cares. And I try. I go to these forums, these dorky little forums, living in their make-believe, fantasy, high tower, surround sound, vinyl fucking dashboard, cloud nine, cuckoo fucking cloud, whatever. I try to get through to them. You are living a lie. It's not real. And again, you will rightly have questions. You will come to me and you will say, why? Why would they fake it? And I don't have the answers yet. That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. That's why the helicopters come after me. Honestly, watch the last video. Watch the Titanic didn't happen video. Weird that, innit? Weird. The second I opened my mouth, black helicopters overhead. I was in the middle of the forest. Yeah? Helicopters flying overhead. Give me a break. You know, people will think this is some sort of, quirky satire. It's not. I'm dead serious. This thing did not happen. Now, I'm not saying it's a cabal of reptiles. I'm not saying it's a cabal of, financiers, which is obviously a dog whistle for Jews. I'm not saying any of that. Do not put words in my mouth. Maybe there isn't an insidious reason for why they've covered this thing up. They've perpetuated this lie that the Titanic was a thing. And bearing in mind, the Titanic only started being a thing, quote unquote, in 1936. Now you will say that is preposterous, because the Titanic happened, quote unquote, happened decades before that. But it didn't. They faked the newspaper coverage. They faked memories in people's heads, making them think they saw this. It's like a reverse Mandela effect. They thought this happened and it didn't. No, actually, on second thoughts, it is a Mandela effect. Honestly. I try to get through to you people. But yes, John Landau is dead. Not to worry, dear viewer, I'm still here. I know you were worried. I know you're on the edge of your seats thinking, fucking hell, how's Earth Apologist? Is Earth Apologist alright? Please don't tell me he was harmed. I'm fine. I really appreciate your concern, but I I've had better days, got a little bit of foot cramp, but other than that, I'm absolutely fine. So, very much like when Henry Kissinger died, this is a day for celebration. Another one of the imperialists perpetuating these myths has kicked it, so that's good. Anyway, sorry, I just needed to get this off my chest. Brad's been behaving Bradley. So, yesterday, I'm not going to do the alright geezers. We're getting down to brass tacks here. Yesterday, I made a video. I thought, personally, it was a very important video. Others disagreed. So, yes, I've been on quite the truth side to just get the truth out. You know what I mean? And it's difficult because there's so many people who... how do you tell people? They've been told something their entire lives, in the background, just on and on and on, to the point where they don't even question it. How do you tell them it's a con, it's a sham? Titanic didn't happen, mate. It just gets exhausting, and no doubt this Brad the Sound of Music, he's one of these fucking Titanic peddlers. He's one of these perpetuators of the big lie, no doubt. He probably believes it's real as well. Fantano, I think deep down Fantano agrees with me, but he'd never say it publicly. It's always the way with these fucking white liberals. Yeah, they agree with me deep down, but they'll never fucking admit it. It's a tragedy, truly, it is. But Titanic, I give you Titanant, because that's what it is. It's a big con, it's a big fat lie. And we do the truth here. For all the enthusiasts out there in the world who are fighting the good fight, they're on this truth side with me. I just want to thank you, truly. It's not easy going up against, Goliath. You know what I mean? No fucking coincidence. within the first fortnight of me being on this platform, I have some big name YouTuber with over 100,000 subscribers, yeah, in my comment section. It's all a psyop, mate. It's all a fucking psyop. Titanic's a psyop. Vangelica, Dua Libre, Scoff, all of these fucking people, they're cons, they're deep fake, they're not real, not canon. But, you know, I thought I'd say this, I thought I'd get it off my chest because, you know, it's been a heavy burden, and it's been sinking into me recently. But believe me, the Titanic, it's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much below the surface that you haven't even fucking heard about. You know, you thought the Jared Fogle shit was bad. Believe me, there's worse shit. And when the time comes, dear viewer, I will use this platform and speak on these real fucking issues. But right now, you know, it's too important. Because if I open my mouth now, there's a good chance I go offline, if you know what I mean. So you've got to play your cards smart. But the truth will come out. Alright? Like a moth on the inside of a lampshade. That's me, that is. But you can't get too close to the light bulb. Because it's one of the old ones where they're really hot. I remember I touched one of those. I must have only been about 5 or 6. I used to put socks on top of the old light bulbs. Not the new ones. The new ones, you can touch them. What is it, halogen? Yeah, no. The old ones, they were physically burning hot. And I used to put socks on them. And then they'd start burning. And they'd make, you know, they'd smell like burning socks. And one day I wanted to see how hot it was. You know, it's basic child psychology. Arguably, I never grew out of it. I wanted to see how hot the light bulb was, so I touched the light bulb, and it must have taken at least 4 or 5 layers of skin off for the second I touched it. Oh, it was fucking dreadful. And then me and my mother, we went to the park, and I kept having to hold on to all the cold bars, the cold railings, because my index finger was just pulsating the whole time. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The Bradagations, are they true? Are they false? I don't fucking care. It all goes to hell. I keep telling you, it all goes to hell when you overthrow a king. Because something has to fill that vacuum. Alright, now I assume France had a king at some point. That's what they were fighting over, wasn't it? That's when that little short fella, Short Round, came to power. What happened then? He claimed himself as emperor. So you're never going to have a monarchy-free society. It can't exist. Okay, you need leaders and you need followers. And if it's not a monarchy, it will be something like we're seeing now in America, where Trump's going to get back in. This is going to be fucking hilarious. I can't wait for this. And he's basically going to crown himself king for about the 4 minutes he's left alive. And then whoever comes up after that, DeSanto or whatever these fucking people are up to, they're going to be king. They're going to be king for life of America. And there you have it. Your little libertarian pet project down the drain. I could have told you that. I could have told you that when they wrote the fucking papers. I think I was sick that day. I would have been there at the signing of what was it? What was it called? The Freedom Papers? No fucking clue. I would have told them, the founding fathers. I would have said, you're wasting your time, lads. It's not too late. God save the king? Yeah, God save the king. And they would have rolled their eyes and said, yeah, all right, God save the king. And we go to bed. We go to bed friends again. But no, of course not. They had to drag this out, and so many people have died under the American Empire. And I think it's sad, frankly. I think it's really quite sad. And, you know, they're up to the same fucking mischief now. Enabling, aiding, abetting, funding a genocide. And fair enough, we're also in on that. Shame on us. But we're only in on it because we're America's special friend. No, we're America's fleshlight. Alright, this is how it works. This is the hierarchy. We are a fleshlight to America. America is a fleshlight to Israel. Sorry you had to hear it from me. I'm just as outraged as you, believe me. I do not like those facts. But even the facts that hurt me, I tell you, yeah? Because we're in truth theists here. We believe the truth. America is fundamentally a Netanyahu pay pig. We, on the other hand, are the honorary 51st state of America. And I don't want to be that. I don't want a fucking McDonald's golden arches everywhere I fucking look. We used to have village greens. Oh, do you remember the village greens? I fucking don't. They were all torn down and turned into car parks. And they are car parks. They're not, what do they call them? Parking lots. They're not parking lots, they're car parks. It's where cars are. Sorry. I just had a lovely biscuit. I don't know what it was. It was like some sort of shortbread contraption. Alright, gamers. I thought I'd discuss the PewDiePie situation. He's got himself in hot water once again. This time I believe it's for having a loving wife and child. So he's really been buggered over the coals for this one. So PewDiePie previously 12 subscribers, baby. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues now. PewDiePie who cares? No, who cares? He recently got in hot water for marrying and procreating with a white woman, which is apparently a hate crime now. Don't know why. And he was previously in hot water for using a racial slur in the heat of the moment. In his defence, if a rich white man can't do that, what can he fucking do? You know what I mean? This white privilege stuff isn't what it's cracked up to be. No, honestly. You just don't get the benefits anymore. Frankly, if I were you, I'd cancel your subscription because it's not living up to expectations. But he's been a very, very mischievous man having a life, which is good. And many people are upset with him because how dare the evil man be happy? You know, I get that. I relate to that on a personal level. They hate to see you happy, don't they? But, you know, chronically online, Twitter users, now X users or Blue Sky users, if they're that fucking deranged, are really quite upset about PewDiePie having, I suppose, some sort of Aryan trad wife. I believe that's what they're calling her online. Good for him, frankly. Well done. Well done, PewDiePie, who I believe his real name is Felix. Again, people are cancelling him for the wrong reasons. Right, we've already debunked the race slur, whatever. No, what he should be cancelled for is the fact he's Swedish. What are we doing letting fetish Europeans on this platform? Get him off this site now. No, it's a disgrace. We are letting the hikers and the Amsterdam torture garden goers of the world call the shots. What next? Honestly, you'll be advocating for paedophilia next. First it's the fetish Europeans, then it's age play. That's how it always fucking goes. So I'm taking a stand. Fetish Europe is not canon. It's not a real place. Scandinavia, quote unquote, it's not a real place. It's not canon. And we should wipe Denmark off the face of the earth. But PewDiePie, despite his foibles, which we previously discussed, you know, coming from Sweden of all places, I believe Gothenburg. I've been getting some hashtag views recently, that's good. I've been getting some really decent views. Oh, I've been hooking people. I've been hooking people with the slop content thumbnails. It's been very good. It's worked like a charm. Because I'm a very good marketer. You know, if I've put the effort in, I could do better videos than anyone on this fucking platform. You're simply not worth the time. You've got no choice, I'm afraid. If you want honesty, if you are a budding enthusiast, you have to subscribe to this channel. No one else is going to tell you the truth. I look you in the screen and I say very clearly, I am doing this for views. I am doing this for money. Everyone else is, but they wouldn't dare tell you that. No, they want to dupe you. They want to fucking groom you into this parasocial relationship. Oh no, no, I'm your friend. Give me your Give me your money. Give me all of your money. Don't tell your parents. No, fuck them. Skull fuck them all to death. I'm the only person on this platform who's fucking honest. I am trying to dance like a court jester with bells on my feet for your money, alright? I would find it quite funny if this sort of almost near-death experience, not to be confused with Joe Biden's near-death experience, which was the debate. Honestly, that man saw the face of God at least 5 or 6 times during that debate. Where was he? He was like staring into some sort of nether realm. But it would be quite funny. I'd find it quite entertaining if this near-death experience changed Trump's philosophy. You know, he's in a rally. He's at one of his big fuck-off rallies in Missouri. Or, what's it called in Michigan? Wallawazoo? One of these fucking places. Wallawazoo? Silly. What a silly fucking country. You know, we have real fucking place names. Like Birch Minstonham. Or Whom, yeah? Or Foom Minningston. But it would be quite funny at one of these rallies. He comes out and he's had a change of heart, you know. Trans rights are human rights. Somebody has to say it. We have to do something for our trans brothers and sisters. I would find that quite funny. Again, I watch America for entertainment. Another 4 years of Joe Biden, I don't find very interesting. You know, if you take away Donald Trump's phone, if you get Biden, the reanimated corpse of Joe Biden, who I think was there at the signing of independence. He was there when those dastardly freedom papers were being written. I don't find that very, you know what I mean? I mean, Joe Biden sees coloured TV and he's still fucking surprised. So, right, geezers, I was awoken from my slumber to find something on my news feed. It really was. It was like I had been awoken by the news itself. It's officially Jova. Or as I called it for about 3 months, Joever. You can't bully me, I'm dyslexic. I thought Joever. I don't quite get that one. What's Joever? What's Joever about? Comment below. What's Joever about? But Joe Biden has announced he's given up. Relatable, frankly. I think we're all with him on that. He polls at upward of 94% on that issue. Yeah, I'm with him on that one. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm done with this shit. But he's now essentially coronated Kamala Harris. as the sort of, you know, presumptive nominee. I'm not sure if he can give the delegates, That's what they're called, innit? Electoral delegates. I'm not sure he can just give her them. But frankly, I'm excited for the debate because as someone who has no stakes whatsoever, morally or politically, I want the most entertaining outcome. And if we can get some sort of Trump v Clinton 2.0 thing going, oh, it'll be wonderful. But I do think it's quite humorous. They've replaced a man that can't speak with a woman. Anytime she does speak, it comes out as this bizarre, rambling, pot brownie fueled non sequitur. Right? Have you ever heard this woman speak? Try following where the fuck she's going. It doesn't make sense. It's a bit like me speaking, really. If you watch that first Brad video, and I'm zigging, I'm zagging, imagine that all the time. So, I'm not optimistic. This was a gamble on the Democrats' part, and I don't think they realise that yet. I think once the bluster, once the chaos and mayhem of the whole Joe must go hysteria dies out, I think you're going to see the polls revert to how they were for the entire first term. And that had Kamala, polling worse than Joe. This is what I think these people are in for a rude awakening on. This woman is dreadfully unpopular. No one likes Kamala. No one likes her. She's arguably worse than Biden when it comes to popularity. So, I can just see the debate now. This man, the way he talks about women is disgusting. Don't care, dumb bitch. And he's just prowling around the stage, shaking his head. Can you believe this, honestly? I took a bullet for this country and now they're talking about feelings. I can't wait, frankly. It's going to be brilliant. So, God bless America. It's my favourite television programme. I'm so glad they didn't kill off Donald Trump, because I'm telling you this now. If they ever kill that man off, I'm done. I'm not going to be watching anymore. I watch for Trump. I watch to see the next crazy shit he's going to do. So, Trump 2024 or RFK, frankly. RFK in the White House, that's sort of like the spin-off. Remember Friends? And then they did, oh God, what's he called? Tony? Why do I want to say Chaz? No. Who did Matt LeBlanc play? Oh, that's going to fucking bug me. No, we're finding it out. Because there was a spin-off, wasn't there? In the 2000s, there was Joey. Yes, thank you very much. Joey. There was Joey. That would sort of be like the spin-off series, RFK Jr. in the White House. And he's having to dodge the many foiled assassination plots by his own Secret Service. It would sort of be like a Tom and Jerry style thing, but live action. They're tampering with his food. But it's got like an element of slapstick. He never ends up drinking the tea that's laced with arsenic. And the Secret Service, we'll get you, RFK. It'll be brilliant. It'll be absolutely great. What was I saying? Yes, Joe Biden, he's out. He's been mortally wounded in some sort of horrific collision. I wish him a speedy recovery, frankly. Why do I do this? To spread misinformation online? Don't you know, dear Earth apologists, there's enough of that on the internet. So I wish her well for all the people of the colour in the world. For all the Asians out there, this one's for you. This one's for you, fuckers. And for women, frankly. We don't talk about women enough. Women, yeah? What's your favourite kind of woman and why? Comment below. My favourite woman, of course, is my wonderful, wonderful fiancée. And all my lovers that I'm keeping hidden from her. But what's your favourite kind of woman, yeah? The homosexual contingent, they can get in on this. They love women. So, I love you. God bless you. I can't believe I gave Kamala shit for rambling. What on earth is this? But God bless yourself. I love you very much. And as usual, I'm sorry you had to hear it from me.
Ta-da!